Okay, so we're looking at factorization. Now we're going to look at those three cases where we're going to now bring it into one. Where we have the common factor, the difference of two squares, as well as the trinomial. Okay? And we will do those all at once now. So now we're looking at the mixed factorization. This is the examples on page 39. It is often necessary to use a combination of the different types of factorization in order to factorize an expression completely. Hint, always try and find the common factor first. Number 2, check whether the second bracket needs further factorization. Did you guys write this note down already? Sorry? Yes. Okay. So now we're looking at the examples on page 39. Let's start with number 1. Okay. So write down the first one. And its reference is on page 39. Okay. So we are saying 2k squared minus 32. So what needs to be done first? Is a common factor of 2. So take out the common factor quickly. Okay, so we take out 2 as a common factor, what are we left with? K squared minus 16. What type of factorization here now? So it's 2 into K plus 4, K is number 2. Let's try number 2 quickly. Okay, so what is going to be done first? What's going to be done first? Common factor of 2. Take out 2 as a common factor, what we left with? X squared minus 6x plus 9. So what do we do now? Product line. Okay, so you guys don't pick up the perfect square trinomial, but it's fine. What goes on the line? 1 and 1? 1 and 9? If you add or subtract the products, you add it. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 3 is 3. You add, you get? And that's what I want, not so? So it's going to be a 1 and a 3. So it's an x and a 3, a 1 and a 3. Say x and 3. What about our signs?
Same sign.
Same signs. Both is going to be
Negative.
negative. What do you notice? We got 2 into x minus 3 times x minus 3. What do you notice? They're the same. So it can be written as 2 into x minus 3 squared. Okay, any confusion there? And you went straight into this full marks. There's no marks for the product line. So if you can do the product line, if you can factorize a trinomial without that, full marks. However, when it comes to the grade 10 factorization, you're going to see the benefit by understanding the product. But for now, it's easy. You can see it. Not so? People number 3, do that one for me. Okay, what type of factorization here? Difference of 2 squares. Not so. So what's the square root of x plus y all squared? X plus y. X plus y. 1 plus 1? What's the square root of 25? Looking at number 4, what is common here? Are we on page 39 or page 14? Okay, so what we're going to do in the sum? Anybody? Difference of 2 squares. You all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, where's it going to be difference of 2 squares?
First bracket.
First bracket. So do the difference of 2 squares quickly. You're on page 40. Yes. Is that that? Study and master. Right, so difference of 2 squares gives us x plus 1, x minus 1, that's x plus 1. Now what? Like terms, you all agree with that? No. The common factor. Common factor? Right, so do your thing. X plus 1. Take x plus 1 out, what am I left with in the first term? X minus 1. If I take x plus 1 out, what am I left with in the second term? 1. So it's plus 1. What do you notice about the second bracket? Like terms. So add your like terms. So what's minus 1 plus 1? 0. So I'm just left with x, not so? But never do we write one term in the bracket. You can write it in front as x into x plus 1. Not so? We never write it as one number in the bracket. Let's do number 5. What can be done first here? Common factor of 2 a 2a cubed. Does 2a? 2a. No b. Or must it be a b as well? Why not? No b in the first term. And why not a cubed? There's not a, no a cubed in the second term. Okay. So the highest common factor is 2a. Take out 2a as a common factor. Alright, so what do we get? 2a. You take out 2a. 16a squared minus 25b6. Now what, people? Difference between two squares in the second bracket. Not so. So what do we have? 2a into 4a plus 5b cubed. So minus 5b. Any confusion here? No? Okay, so what can be done here in number 6? Yes, to me, your hand is up. Your pen is up. Okay, now your pen is down. So out of your hand. Yes?
4a squared minus 56. A minus 2.
You're right. You all agree with that? The common factor of a minus 2. You could have taken out 4 straight away, but okay, the call was for taking out the common factor first of a minus 2. You have to get out of it 4a squared minus 6. Whatever factorization can happen in the second bracket. Difference of 2 squares. But what else is there? Common factor. So what did we say? What must be done first if it is common factor? Take it out first. So what is common here? 4. So we take out 4 out of that bracket, so it's 4. What are we left with? A squared minus 9, yes. So what do you notice here? What do we notice here in the second bracket? Difference between two squares. So it's going to be a plus 3 a minus.
So what is two?
Difference of two squares first. Okay? So you asking what if we had gone and said you got a minus 2, then you left with 2a minus 6, 2a plus 6. That's what you're asking, no? But what do you notice here? 2 is a common factor. So you take out 2 in the first bracket, so it's a minus 2, a minus 3, and then that 2 that comes from here will give you a plus 3. What's 2 times 2? 4. You see, it's an extra step. But you'll still get the full mark if you had gone all the way. Okay. Any other questions here? No? Is number 7. I think that's the last of the examples. Right, so what you're going to do first here? Write out the first bracket twice, yes. You don't have to, but okay, you want to, no problem. Then what? All of it. Okay, if you want, you can write it, no problem. You just want me to be safe, no problem. No problem. Yeah. X minus 2 is a common factor. You will see that. So if x minus 2 is common, we take one out, what do we left with? X minus 2, which is this one here. Not so. Take x minus 2 out, what am I left with? Minus x minus 6. You all agree with that? Bracket. Why bracket? More than one term following the negative sign. Nice. Then what? Take it out and left with minus. Now what? Yes, good start. Get rid of the brackets within the bracket. So I got x minus 2. X minus 2 minus x plus 6 minus 2x. Now what? Like this. So it's x minus 2. X minus x cancel, not so? Leaves you with negative 2x minus 2 plus 6. Cover it. We'll look here. Yes? Plus 4. And I almost feel like I did it, no? Like I should stop now. But you shouldn't. What do you see now? Negative 2 has a common factor in the second bracket. Right, take it out. Do your thing there. Alright, so you take out negative 2 as a common factor, what are we left with? Negative 2 into x minus 2. Now I'm taking out the negative 2 as a common factor, what am I left with? X minus 2. Can I do something else after this? It's exactly the same bracket being multiplied, so it's going to be written as negative 2x, 2 into x minus 2 squared. Remember, if you got negative 2x, do we leave it like that? No, we write it as negative 2x squared, not so? Likewise here, we write it out. Jesus, let's count, So I would give you 1 mark for taking out that as a common factor, and 1 mark for having that second bracket right. The next mark is to get rid of that negative sign properly. You added like terms. You took out negative 2 as a common factor properly, because I already took it out common factor once. So I don't give it to you 2 marks again. From here it's 1 mark. And then 1 mark for writing it in the simplest form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 marks. People, 6 marks is for some of you that gets no marks. It's like an infinite improvement. For those of you who get 1, it's 6 times the amount you normally get. No? Alright. Go learn the sum, no? At least you won't get the sum wrong. I'm sure I cut. Yes, I did. So what I'm going to do is, since we got about 30 minutes left, I'm going to give you 3 sums to do in the meantime. I'm going to check your books now. We're going to do the first 3 sums. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. And as time permits, I'll answer these questions. Okay. Yes, okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes to head start and I'll call you out. Okay. Right, the first 3, let's go. So exercise 4 on page 14. Okay. So number 1. We've got 2x cubed minus 18x. So what do we do first? Common factor of 2x. So I'm left with x squared minus 9. What the factorization here now? Difference of 2 squared. Maybe 2x. Now left with x plus 3 x. Look at number 2. It's 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 12x. What is now common? 2x is common. X is common. What are we left with? X squared plus x minus x. As you can see, the trinomial here now. Not so. Some of you forgot to write the 2 in your exam. The test, the class test. Some of you forgot to write it there. Don't forget to bring that 2x down, the coefficient, the number. And then one term needs to be brought down. So what goes on the line? 1 and 1. 2 and 3, 1 and 6. Do we add or subtract? Subtract. So x and a 2, or 1 and a 3, which is a x and a 2. What about our signs? Different signs, not so? So the bigger product is the sign of the middle term. Middle term is positive. Okay, all understand? Let's look at number 3. We've got x into a minus c plus y c minus a. Okay. So what needs to be done here? swap that around. Not so? That sign will change to its opposite operation because of that negative that comes out of that bracket. It will become x into x into a minus c minus y into a minus c. That's all.
Yes.
Now what? The common factor of a minus c. What are we left with? Okay. I didn't give you number 4 to do that. So I'll give you a chance to do it now. You've got like 2 minutes left. I'll do number 4 and 5 in the balance. Okay, so I'll give you a few minutes. It's not much left. Oh, today's Tuesday, so the bells are doing now. So for homework, I would like you guys to do the remaining sums for homework for tomorrow. Okay? I'll stop the video this way.